everyone. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. Blessings. All right, we're going to for messages and do the Q&A. So thank you for joining us, and here we go. Much love. Greetings, this is Raphael. Greetings to you. Angelic energies, yes, incarnate with you for many things. All of it is for creativity and assist with the angelic side of you to be remembered. It's like many have ideas, paintings, drawings, writings that they want to bring to the earth, and the angelic energies are imprinted with those images and bring it back to you when the time is right. Yes, the guides are assisting that also, but some do ask for the angels to bring it in. Some of you might see some of this. Some of it is through Salvador Dali, for example. I know it's a strange one, but it is a strange way of looking at the world. So, because sometimes souls don't want to forget their knowledge. Sometimes when they incarnate, they forget. And their guides kind of forget with them in some ways. I know that's strange, but it does occur. With angelic energies, they are there for a great reminder. So, as you do your creativity, realize there's other helping hands with you. Of course, Raphael, the painter, does exist on our planet. That is that way for a reason. So, blessings. Greetings. We are the elephants from Sirius. Yes, there are beings here that do cause difficulties on your planets. It's one of the reasons why elephant species are here why many animal beings are here to bring a balance. There's only one species, such as the ape was bigger. That would be a little bit strange. So we need all this. We are all balancing each other. Yes, and there was an ancient time when there are more different types of human than just your version of human. Eventually that would be remembered. Some of you might even see yourself in a mirror image or feel that you did look different or a bird being, but you're a human bird being from this planet and not from an alien world. So some of you will start to realize that over time, as the genetic engineering was quite popular in your past, of where the form would go, what would be perfect for this environment. Other human versions are taken to other realities, other worlds. That wasn't always the easiest in yours past. So, and a cockatoo is, yes, a very prominent being of humanoid bird being that some of you can probably connect to also. They're quite humorous, actually. So blessings to you. This is our little notes. We will be return and future connections. Blessings. Greetings to you all. I am Ra. Yes, the one from your past. There's different versions of me. I am the one from Earth's history. I've learned a great deal from your society. Yes, I was given a lot of power over the people, but yes, I brought a lot of talent to your society, genetic abilities. Yes, we are we are a version of your ancient lanterns. There are different versions of them. There was Asian, there was black, there was different color of Atlantean. Some did look animal-like in the past, especially the snake was actually quite popular. So, yes, looking like a snake was very popular back in those days. And you can probably see it through your art and all of that. So, yes, greetings to you. I'm here to assist you unlocking your history and your future, if that's okay with you. So, whenever you're ready.
Thank you for being here, Ra. Daria's first.
Hey there, old friend.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings. So, I feel like I know everything. Just like have a pocket, something about you and I, maybe, or that you might be fun to hear.
Well, you're connected to the Unicorn Collective. Wonder if you're aware of that. Well, you probably are in some cases. You kind of look like a unicorn in some ways. If you look at yourself a little bit different, careful. Yes, you do. I know you're talking about the two of us, but we're making this about you right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
And also, horse hands, horse shoes. Yeah, you're used to that, I believe. I think you've heard enough of that. But the unicorn vibration basically is here to bring in a new environment, a new fourth dimension, a new 5-dimension energy. So the reason our connection is you were there during ancient times. It actually closed down the fourth dimension. And yes, in Astral, we do reconnect here and there. We do go to different worlds. Uranus is one because that is like a portal planet. Worlds. It's like a world within worlds, basically. So I can go there. It's like going to the mall. You see different connections to different planets, basically. So, give you more details.
We can have a chat later sometime. Yes. But I don't know. Could you connect with me and or if you are allowed to tap into a positive future timeline, alternative future timeline on the what do you have for me then?
For place of residence will occur as you wish for it. Now this interesting. This is a little bit different what you're used to hearing, though. At least my perspective, so it's like it'd be more of like a couple of years and be right around the corner. Reason being because you don't find the right place. I mean, you find a place and it's not the right run, and then you find another place, and then that doesn't seem to work out either. So next thing you know, it's 2 years has passed. So. But you want to go to the right one. So it's good to take your time with it.
Cool.
So that's my perspective.
Thank you for your perspective.
Blessings to you. Yes.
Yeah. Blessings. Have fun.
See you soon.
Bye.
Yes.
Up next is James S.
Greetings, James S.
Greetings, Ra.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am, glad to be here. I don't get invited very often, so yes.
Glad to have you here. So do I have any connections to ancient Egypt?
Yes,
I feel like I do.
Oh, yes, feline connections, positive feline connections from Orion. Some of the other star systems were not working out with the feline energies, where it was one of them. It's feels like Orion with you seems to blend well together. Of course, Orion has a lot of controversy around, but then who doesn't?
Yeah.
Especially what changed. The Orion does a lot of changes Orion makes on worlds, and they're not always popular. So you're gonna have a little bit of everyone. You're gonna have your Upper East Side, and you have your ghetto. So, with the feline energies of the ancient Egypt. Yes, you're part of the pyramid energies. But as for what you were doing there, you guys aren't really giving me a full detail. But you were Egypt as it's in its what is not beyond before its current history was around for a few thousand years. So
Okay.
it was very vibrant, and you're very much involved with it. It was like a city similar to Atlantis in a lot of ways.
Okay.
A lot of different beings. So.
All right. And yeah, I know that the pyramids were lined up to the Orion constellation, right?
Right. Yes.
What was that about?
Family. Orions were here before the pyramids were built, and Orions assisted with humanity, the current form of humanity being finalized, you can say. So with that, friendship. Orion's brought a friendship to Earth. So the pyramids were, connected.
Representation of that.
Yes, you can say that. It goes a lot further. That's the short version of it.
Okay. Okay. My second question is, do my guides or higher selves have any messages for me?
Yes, you're known as a time traveler, and you do have a room, you can say an astral, of all the places you've been to. You have a gallery of places, and you do go to there an astral quite often. And you do, it's like you look at a picture. I know it's a third dimensional world, but you look at the picture and you can go to that reality instantly. So it's a pretty vast place. It kind of goes on forever. So it's something for you to connect with. But as for current messages, that's what your guys want you to know right now. So what we do with that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Much love. Blessings.
Thanks. Up next is Leela.
Greetings, Leela. Did not hear this, Leela.
Leela? All right. We'll skip next to Liz.
Hello.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings. Can you hear me well?
Yes. Quite well, yes.
Okay. What's my connection with the Ra collective?
Oh, well, you and I? Yes, I think you kicked my ass a couple of times in the past. When I was not exactly following, being responsible. So I think the laser burns are still on me, actually. From that. Those are in ancient times. So when you have a deity that gets kind of full of himself, you were there to kind of tame the horse, you can say. So, and gods have their bad days.
Hope it's all better now.
But yes, it goes on vast. You see me as a child. You see me grow up. It goes on and on and on. Basically, it kind of kept my eye on. Basically, it's like you can say what, like in your times, it was like I was the chosen one, even if I didn't behave like one. So there's another reason why I was brought to this earth. There's even on other worlds connected to this one. Oh, the chosen one, this and that. And it's like a spoiled brat, basically. So I was kind of brought here, and so I just did whatever the hell I wanted, basically. It went well in the beginning.
It must be very difficult for a chosen one to obey all the little rules in the world.
And your world's going through the same story, but it's not. Well, it still goes on today, as you know, in different families. Like the child is one seen. Oh, you're the one that's going to keep the family name, such and such. Same thing. So that hasn't gone away yet.
Okay. Because I sense very that I'm very connected to the Ra
yes.
collective.
Yes, you're very connected to the ancient, very ancient, like before it was even called the Raw Collective. Yes. A lot of us were cats in the beginning. Some of us, not all of us. It's not just one.
Okay. Okay, and how about my role now? Am I into my role? I mean, am I doing it well, or do I have to improve? Or...
Yes, well, you are what word can I use? Like a galactic ambassador, yes. In the galactic realm, you're kind of keeping your political leaders, not to name names, we'll keep it general, and keep them in shape, keep them on track, basically. Obviously, the higher office kind of gives you, well, the ones that you know you're connected to. Let's leave it at that. But you're kind of keeping them on their, the agenda that is the positive agenda, no matter what's put in front of them. So you might get attacked from reptilians or other not so friendly beings, is because a lot of them are being sent off the planet. Not all of them, but a good amount of them are. So yeah, your 2020 is going to be an interesting year. You have not had stress yet until that year comes.
Oh yeah, I don't see a repeat on 2020. It's going to be somebody else.
It's going to be a heavy year. It's going to be like heavy weather almost.
Yep. Well, the truth has to come out, and it hurts a lot of people to know the truth.
Well, even
for us to clean up.
Yes, the connection with aliens will most likely become more known. Yes, you're coming out of the mystery reality. It's going to be alien beings going to become more known. It's time. People are tired of waiting, and your society is it's ready, and it's ready enough. Let's put it that way. So, expect more.
Awesome. That's very good.
Thank
you very much.
Yes, blessings.
Good to know.
Leela is next. We can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
You're everybody.
Greetings. I don't remember our connection. What is our? Do we know each other?
No moment. This is an echo also.
Okay.
Yes, it goes back to amphibian worlds. But yes, before this Earth. Guess you could know me as a frog being. Frog turned into a prince, I guess, in some ways. But yes, you know me before this incarnation, or my current history incarnation, yes.
Do you have any message for me? Any personal message?
One moment. Yes, you are actually clearing a lot of blockages from your past. Part of it, I believe you know your Anunnaki connections. Some of it's you have a strong Anunnaki connection. That's kind of blocking you from your connections. So you connect more to your beings and to see more, not to say you need to see more, but your Anunnaki is you're very part of the Anunnaki royalty. And you can say it didn't always behave, so you kind of got shut down. And so you're now here to realize that.
So who is shutting me down from the royals?
Well, it's kind of like you're doing, weren't really behaving, so they had to the royal family basically. That was not Enki. He doesn't know how to do that.
I know Enki not, but was it Anu? Anu?
No, it was an unknown. It's not known here at this moment.
All right.
It's one of the heavyweights. Let's put it that way.
And okay.
Well, apparently you're allowed to know now.
I do have Anunnaki who are protecting me. So there are different kinds of Anunnaki, right?
Well, yes, you have. Your history is vast. It goes on and on. like when the Mars was created type of history. So it was very positive. Then Earth came, then everything kind of went to hell, you can say. So you got shut down, but now you're here. You're here to awaken more.
Okay, I have the last question. I have a residence on Orion, and I would like to know what planet do I am on Orion constellation. Where do I live on Orion?
Oh, they just say a world called Nebula. That's all they're saying at this time.
But that's not a planet, Nebula.
Oh, yes, it can be. it's you can call your planet anything you want.
All right then. Thank you.
Well, that's kind of like a code name. Let's put it that way.
I think so. It is. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'm up next.
Greetings.
How are you?
Doing
I
well.
don't know if I know you, so I guess I'd be interested to know if we have any connections.
Let's see here. Yeah. Well, you've had a lot of past lives as a bird. If any of that resonates, we've had plenty of incarnate. I was like the bad bird, so yes, we've had incarnate. Basically, it was, you can say our connections go back to Orion. It goes actually further to mostly actually to another universe. So you're not a young chickling as you might feel. I don't think you feel that way, but you do come from another place, a place where worlds like this are seen on like art galleries. Like, gosh, feel sorry for those guys. And then you end up here.
So how many light years away is that?
Oh, it's beyond my calculations here, but it's very far away. But then again, if you're in dimension, it's right, not that far away. So
awesome. So do you have any messages for me? Or if somebody has something they really need to yell at out loud to me, that'll be good.
Well, they do say, I don't know if any of this is, well, we do, Tony, they say singing is good for you right now to release. Singing is good, not to say you have to join a choir or anything like that, but just a kind of release. And there's also, you do have, I know it was the last question about Anunnaki, you do have Anunnaki connections too. Part of you is part of like, one moment, this is a little bit buried. You are connected to an archaeologist of this Earth. They're not going into details of it, but of your more like during the ancient Greek times, they had archaeologists back then. Also, they have archaeologists for basically like ancient Greek archaeologists that were reconnected to Atlantis. Basically, you're connected to a family that had ancient knowledge and kept it kind of secret and didn't know what the hell to do with it. Kind of used it for good, bad, and not necessarily, but you can say you had an incarnation back there too. Obviously, you're not going to find that in history books. What it ended up going into the Druids.
Yeah, interesting.
So you do have, so that's why some of your kind of like, why is this happening? All of this is like it really, it goes back pretty far actually. So some of these people are interacting with, quite for a long time ago.
Okay.
So hopefully that's helpful of some kind.
Do you mean to say that I channel their energy?
Yes, you're interacting with people I've known in the ancient times.
Okay.
And some of them are very hard-headed, as you can see. So that's why you're kind of going through all this, and family is connected to it. Some of your family, such as father, was an ancient druid that did a lot of black magic in his past.
Awesome.
So yeah, exactly. But it's yes, there's yes. But you connect with that.
All right.
Well, your daughter is here to heal a lot of it, as you can see.
Yeah, I can.
Even son, but definitely the daughter's definitely son too in some ways. He works in the background. Mostly it's the daughter in the front ground.
Thank you very much. So up next is Mary's question, and I have that. Her first question, she would like to know, how can I be naturally talented to teach and it not be my highest joy? Um, she's saying she's a really good teacher and she knows she's really good at it, but she doesn't really enjoy it. She said, I'd rather have time and energy to enjoy my world.
Well, yeah, this is you can say a test to find her what she truly wants. So she's exploring this right now, which will take her to the next level, but she has to discover that, tell me what it is, but she'll figure it out. So most likely she'll go into another direction. But this is good for right now. But it will create another career after this. So get that way. So
okay. Her second question, she'd like to know if there are any messages for her highest good at this time. And thank you.
Yeah, she's going through a major timeline change. Yes, it's a little bit rough at the beginning, but things will improve. So this is needed right now. Basically, it kind of gives her out of the old way she's been doing things, but she wants to definitely try something new. So this is going to be a new way of life. So
Okay. Thank you. Up next is Logan.
Greetings.
greetings.
I think it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. I had a dream where I connected with someone that I hadn't talked to in like 5 or 6 years. And I had a good little conversation with them. They were like, wow, you've grown. I'm like, yeah, I really have. And I had a good conversation with them, but why did I connect with her now?
She's helping you on your soul journey. That doesn't mean you have to see her in your physical, but you're having basically an astral friend basically become more known. So she is connected to your soul family basically. So you go back a lot further than just that connection. You go on and on and on. And so she's kind of lost in her life right now. So she's not very happy with her current environment. So helping you realize, this connection here helps her get through what she's going through right now. So that's what's going on.
So if I found a way to talk with her, things would get better?
Maybe. Not necessarily, but possibly. The human's a lot different than the astral, but you never know. It's not always meant for you to have a physical connection, but it's possible. They're not giving me a yes or no on that. So.
Okay.
But if you talk to her and this was like, who are you? So get away from me. So, but you never know.
Well,
Spirit is saying it's good, worth a shot, because they're leaving it open for you. They don't want to give anything away. Let's put it that way.
Well, I see an opportunity.
Exactly.
Well, are there any general messages for me at this time?
Yes, you're maturing with your energies. Your Zeta connections are going to continue to get stronger. Channeling is not always a priority, but eventually you'll connect to this channeling state when the time is right, where you'll just do it every single day when the time is right. So just be you right now. Don't put any stresses of that you need to do this and you need to do that. Just be a fluid connection. Allow your energies to astral travel will actually be when you feel comfortable to do so. Will definitely bring in a lot of more calm, and even other entities to you will bring a calmness to you that to help you with your direction here on this world. So that's the
Thank you.
Thanks.
Up next is Kingsley, and I have his questions. His first, he would like to know if there are any messages for him.
Yes, he is, as I know him, as a magician being, basically. So he wants to do things to get everyone's attention. He wants to assist humanity also. So do as he needs to. His power will definitely, increase when the time is right. But for right now, just do it. If he needs to feel like he needs to push himself, then do so. But he is definitely on the right track. He will undo a lot of blockages for sure.
Great. He has a second question. He'd like to know if he has any connections with Ubia, Yubiah.
Past life connections, yes, of course. There's a great deal of romance energies. There's but they had a disagreement in the past too, so it's been kind of shaky ever since then. The only thing I'm receiving there, but it is still a viable connection if you wish to reconnect to that vibration. So it is. It's always been shaky in the past, but because of the environment, there's a lot of fear around that person at this time.
Thank you very much. Up next is James M.
Hello.
Greetings.
All right. So, do you have any connections to you, ancient Greeks, or dark felines, and any messages for me?
Any of any of those things? One moment. Well, you did have a past with once again Anunnaki. Some of the negative Anunnaki in the past you've had dealings with, meaning that you were just minding your own business on a world that was very primitive, kind of like something out of Star Wars, where it was very like a sand world, and you have Anunnaki just show up out of nowhere, start causing havoc for everybody. You might be able to visualize some of that. Part of you did block out for good reason, because part of you blocked out a lot of alien beings because you got kind of tired of them abusing their abilities. You came to this world, of course, to kind of get the more positive ones to connect, to move in to assist. So you're part of definitely the awakening of this earth. So hopefully that's the message this time.
Okay. And do I have any like romantic connections with beings with green skin or green hair?
Usually they're in the humanoid. Yes, humanoid beings. Yes, the green people. You call them Vega beings. Yes. Usually they're in. Well, right now you're connected to them in the astral realm. Yes. There's some of them. There's like 10 of them that are around you at this time. But you do have connections with them in the past. Incarnations used to breed them. So let you connect with that one. So it goes a little bit further than that, but I wish it would leave it with that.
Okay, thank you.
Up next is Bobby.
Hi, greetings, Ra.
Greetings.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
For my first question, back when I was in school, I had an eye-opening experience where it was as if a filter was placed on my eyes, and I saw for a brief moment everything was the same copper gold color, and everything was made of these pulsating, vibrating like amoebas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what was that field I saw, and can I tap into it for manifestation purposes?
Yes, it's one of the dimensions that's very connected to yours. That's part of you can call it the spiritual heart of this reality. It's part of the heart complex that's connected to your society, your dimension. You can say your world is all heart. It is it's part of your it's part of your higher consciousness that you're connecting to give you another kind of like they're putting different lenses on your eyes, basically. To give you, that was like a slight glimpse of who you are. So it's part of your awakening. And can you do it again? Possibly, at least your third eye. Possibly, yes, I believe you can, if you truly concentrate on it. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll try that out. For my second question, when I was younger, I had suffered with a lot of nightmares, and one night I went to my parents' room, and while I was sleeping between them, I was looking outside of the window with the shade pulled down, and then the shadows started moving back and forth until I saw a head, profile of a head staring back at me and waving, and it was as if I was looking into another room, and there was somebody sitting at the table behind them. And they waved at me. One of them came into the room and then went alongside my mother's bed and went under the bed, and then came out again. I was looking to see who are these beings, and do they have any messages for me?
Yes, those are shadow beings.
Right.
They don't really give it. Well, they're like crystal beings, is what at least the name they're giving. They are part of the Earth's consciousness. They are part of thoughts. They assist. the thinking patterns of humanity. They weave information with people, basically. Look at it that way. So I believe they're just monitoring at that moment. But they do bring in ideas, and they do remove thoughts too. It depends on what's on their mind. But yes, they're everywhere. So if you'll ever see them again, most likely, if you need to, at this time, you don't need to connect to them, but at the time it was needed. Because I believe you were kind of clearing them out. That's what was going on at that time.
Interesting. I see.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. Blessings.
Blessings.
Up next is Lucy.
Greetings. Well, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Sorry, I'm a little bit ill.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I would like to just at first just preface my statement with everyone in this channel tonight, including our channel for you, and everyone that is watching out there and on YouTube. There's such a small select group, and I would suggest that most of us in this room could not even trace the reason or the way we ended up coming to this group. And though we are very varied, and we have our differences at times, we all really care about each other. And of course, Ivan, our channel. And so with that, I would like to address some of the conspiracies and my thoughts. I've been really just getting put through the ringer, with all this knowledge is coming into my head to the point where I have finally decided that all these groups out there that are conspiracy, the just whatever it is, the preppers, the Planet X, the government, the HARP, just all of it. They're actually all connected. If they would get out of their little group, they would notice it's all revolving around the same subject.
Yeah.
And so, going back to the X across America, our the full eclipse that's only happened 3 times in the last several hundred years, and now we've got the Planet X, the planet of the crossing, Nibiru, whatever you want to call it, is out there with its attendant satellites. And I almost think, because people are saying that America, the USA, is because of that X that occurred, we're going to be targeted for blowing up, and it's Armageddon and da da da. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's not of a blowing up. It was as a transition. America is part of the transition from human to, say, galactic human. It's one of the major parts of it. That's why it has all the conspiracies kind of laid all around it. It is part of the transition. One of the main ones, as you can see.
Yeah, I guess I didn't ask you. The reason that we are so few in number and so very close with each other and connected, I highly doubt that we're getting all this astral, what we do in astral and everything, is not going to really apply to what we are ultimately, our ultimate purpose here is. Like, I personally feel that the cross across America was saying that we're like sort of like the testing ground.
Yes.
I don't see society unraveling and all this, but I don't even know how to form this. Well, I don't want to take up the time either. I would like to know, a couple of weeks ago, which led me on this really rapid journey of taking everything in, which is why I'm sick. I actually filmed in the sky. I have it on film. I thought and I set it on there that this is Planet X and its attendant satellites, because one of them was glowing brighter and darker, and somehow I filmed this light. It was not the planetary system. I found out later after researching it, but it did jump right into my head that this is what it is, and I have it on film. I have a ring of lights, some kind of a light, and yeah, I do not know what happened. Why did all this information jump into my head, and why have I been on this crusade of discovery for 3 weeks now? And yes, I don't understand what happened. Can you please explain?
Yes, you had a new chakra realignment. Your chakra is shifted. You did a cleansing of it. You might, your beings around you assisted you with this. So you're like turning into another person in some ways. You're actually connecting more to your higher self, which is actually bringing more aggravation.
Yeah, I feel like a rabid lunatic.
Yes.
If I didn't have it on film, I wouldn't believe what I saw.
Whoa,
and does this have to do with the vulture thing that happened the day before that I also had on film and was really creepy?
Yes, they're kind of keeping an eye on at least the animal life is. Yes. Well, you're when you connect more to your higher self, you become less human, as you can see, less connected to humanity. But you are on track of what you're connecting to, though. It's just a human body can only handle so much, as you know.
Yeah, I feel put through the ringer, but I also feel I need to get what I have learned out there, at least for our group, because nobody seems to be cluing into it, but it seems so apparent. So,
well, you're also pushing your body to its limits, as you can see.
Yeah, I am.
You're power yourself up. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Bless you, and I won't take any more time. Thank you.
Blessings.
Thank you. Up next is Bianca, and she would just like to know if you have, or are there any messages for her?
There's children with her. The male child just he needs the most attention at this time. Apparently he's going through some kind of depression, at least what I'm seeing. Just to talk to him, just to, I think she already is connected to him, but just to pay a little bit more attention to him. He doesn't always show the signs from what we were seeing. So of course, a male growing up in that environment isn't always the easiest, because you can probably catch some things before he goes, before he gets older and unleashes. So that's the message at this time.
Do you have any other messages for her?
One moment.
Okay.
Yeah, she is connected to the ancient felines. She probably knows these things. A white feline from Atlantis. Was actually a rare breed that was created. There's only a few of them. She probably connect to those energies, and they were actually seen as of value because they're so rare. Now they're more like animal beings. They weren't exactly aliens. So
very cool. Thank you. I lost my list. Hold on. Yeah. Donna's question is next, and I have Donna's question. To what benefit does the ability to summon an object, reference to the star from Saturday?
What? Well,
reference to the star after Saturday night after Thanksgiving. What have in relation to my life for today and in the future? Thank you.
Well, yeah, she's connected to her origins, basically. Well, at least not her origins, but before she came into this world. She's like, remembering, like, look at stars. Like, I remember my galactic father, basically. You can say her galactic father was talking to her mentally from another world that knows about her, but she doesn't know about him from another incarnation. So that's what that was. Just, she can meditate on it and maybe open up that blockage possibly. It's just a time of great abundance, meaning just happiness. And this world has brought many challenges, but she's doing it actually for their family. So there's more to it than that.
Okay, she has a second question, and she says, do you see any information as to the future of my Space Billy character, Ray A. Leon? Much gratitude and appreciation.
One moment. Give it time. She'll have to find the right person, but not just yet. She's there's a lot of one moment. It might take a couple of years for that.
Okay.
She has to find the right person. Blessings.
All right, thank you. Up next is Emmy's question. I have that question.
Yes.
Her first one is, last night I had a dream. I was doing a lot of traveling. At one point, my dog Lily, my mom, and I were in New York City, and it seemed like I was trying out for a job. Seemed to be a government gig with a military and DEA element. Can you please provide some insight about that, please?
Oh yeah, she's calling her out blockages in the lower astral realm that is affecting humanity at this time. Lily was there to protect her during this. So she's kind of like a female James Bond in some ways in her astral world. So that's what was going on there. So she was undercover, nobody saw her. So, but she's also connected to another reality, but that's affecting this world. So that's what we have at this time. Blessings.
Thank you. She has a second question. She says, can you please give me advice and healing for my spiritual path? I feel like I've allowed myself to become inundated with problems of the world and feel like I'm going backwards in a sense. Thank you.
Well, yeah, part of it is because she's connecting to the QAnon energy and it's like taken over her in some ways. Well, she's like a spiritual dog. She wants to heal humanity, but she's kind of added the world problems to hers in some regard. So it's a gradual. She has to like address that and let it go. It's like, I don't need to heal the planets, I need to heal myself, and it's going to take some time to release that. It has a lot to do with her galactic background too, but I'll leave you with that.
Thank you. Up next is Stormy.
Hey everyone. I just wanted to ask, I've been having CIA dreams where I'm a double-sided agent with my boyfriend, and I've had a few of them, and they seem important, and I just want to know why I'm having them or what's going on.
Well, you are assisting a lot of the positive energies being brought to Earth, for a lot of disclosure, you can say. Hasn't happened yet, but I believe this is more of a positive connection. So I would just leave this open and not suppress it, because it will help you. I have a lot of questions, but I believe this happened recently, so it's an added on to your current timeline. You weren't going to do this, but part of you, it was like an option, but you kind of accepted it. So I would just explore it, because it's a filter for you to release, but there's a lot going on, as you can see, and there are men in black energies there too. So.
In this reality, or just in that one?
It is in the astral world. It is connected to this one. It is another reality, but it's also connected to this world. So it's like the secret space program reality. Let's put it that way.
Sweet.
Yes.
And my second question is, I've been hearing like really loud frequencies and planes of them where I could duck down and then not hear them. Like it's literally on levels, and some give me headaches, some make me feel good. And I just kind of wanted to know more about what's going on there.
Well, yes, you're picking up the frequencies that's done on a daily basis. You pick on the ones that you want. It's part of your awakening, but it's what humans are going for, programming and unprogramming, for helping and not helping. It's there to keep the collective, in its current state. So that's what you're hearing. It is once again part of the CIA situation you're dealing with too. It came with it, for what it seems. So as for when it will be healed is up to you. It will cool itself down, but part of you wants to hear it to know what's going on. So you can also, what do you feel from it? Obviously, you know what you feel for it, but there's another level you can connect to it. Like, do you feel any beings connected to it?
Sometimes.
Yes. Well, you can always explore that. It won't cause you any harm or anything. So don't worry.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Blessings.
All right. Up next is Gina.
Greetings.
Greetings to you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Yes, that's great. Okay, I have a question for you. There was, for a little while ago, there was this energy that kept me awake. I just noticed it when I was going to sleep, but I just felt that something was in the room. And when I looked at it, to me, it looked like 3, but it could not, it could be maybe 1, but it looked like white smoke moving like water.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to talk to it and it didn't answer. And it keeps coming, back just to observe me or staring. And it refused to say anything. But the strange thing is that every time this being comes into the room, if I'm looking at, for example, Ivan's channelings, then Ivan will turn out to be 1 billion molecules and then to fall back in human body again. So what is this thing doing?
Well, it is from what it's not making it easy for me to even connect with, but it does come from an Archon origin. It doesn't make it a negative energy. It is you can say it's more observing and absorbing energies. Basically, it's connected to your. I believe it's there to actually help you open up more. So it is. Yes, it's a strange being, but you're used to strange beings. So
yeah.
So I don't believe it's of any harm, from what I see. I believe it's there to give you a kind of an upgrade in some ways.
Okay. Well, then it's good. And I thought that my situation was like impossible to turn around, but for 3 days ago, it has been turning around to be positive.
Good.
And yeah, things are falling into place again. So yeah. Okay. Then my second question is there anyone that have a message for me?
Well, yes, you've been connecting to the higher council of Archon energies for more disclosure, more assistance with humanity. Some of them you ask for help and they say, what for? Why do we need help from us? So there have been some that have been very hard-headed that you've been connecting to. Some are angelic energies that just don't feel like they need to assist humanity in any shape or form. So that's what it seems like you've been connected to a lot recently. So the being that's around you is a version of Archon vibration. I wouldn't put any worry. It's like kind of like getting to know the situation. It's like this group ignores this world. Others that are obsessed with it, others just don't even deal with it. So
okay.
More to that goes into that.
Yeah, I thought I was because I just have a recall of having a connection with Jeshua and the angel and God, but it was the Archon then and the angel. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
And blessings and much love to you.
Yes, much love.
There was two questions from Brooke, my daughter.
Yes.
All right. Her first question is, how do I release the walls of fear I built around myself? Best method for her.
Well, little by little. It's there for protection. So you can see around it. What are you comfortable with removing? It might be just a little bit of it, because it's there for a reason. Because you've had a lot of times where it was open and it didn't go so well. So you're doing it, I believe, for mostly health reasons, because other beings can come into your energy field and really change her health environment, but she's aware of that. So just what she's comfortable with, and little by like brick by brick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's where, and day by day, she'll feel it'll clear out over time. So blessings.
Blessings. She has a second question. She'd like to know if you have ever had any experiences with Greek gods, and if so, what is your assessment of them?
There's two sides of them. There's very friendly sides, and then when they get to humans, they get really obsessed and very narcissistic to them, and want to change them like little dolls and put clothes on them and do all these things, like kind of live through them, like be like a mother and father that's really like a father's really obsessed with their son playing baseball. That's how a lot of the gods acted back then. Same thing. So, they couldn't be human, so they kind of interfered with humans in that way. That's why it's in the Greek god. And it's kind of like that in the mythology. So it was a lot more, getting in their way. So they were peaceful, but when it came to humans, they just kind of felt like they could do whatever they wanted.
I think she also means like in current daytime, because she has a friend who channels a lot of Greek gods.
The current time?
Yeah.
They are once again a mixed bag. They've gotten better. Yes, it is a good energy, but there are things they're not proud of. So it is a positive energy to connect to now. Yes, but in the past they had more power than they really. Well, now they're still improving. Let's put it that way. So yes, they're excellent to connect with them. Yes.
Okay, great. Do you have anything for Ivan?
One moment. Yes, changes in the air. The reason I came through is just to kind of help him through all this. We can't go into details. You will all see it over time. Good stuff. You will see it. Others will benefit. But that's all I can say at this time.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Great. Blessings to you all.
Well, we can there's a dragon. He just came in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice. Dragon, would you like to ask a question? It's Raw.
Oh gosh, I'm not prepared. I guess I have one giant. Do you have a message for me?
One moment. One moment. Clearing out the vibrations. Connect to your energy. Well, yes. Apparently, you are connecting to recently the Archon energies. That was a previous question, but you do kind of have, lunch with them. You do connect to them in the astral realms. You're bringing in information from them, but you don't always remember in this life. But it has a lot to do with the future. So you're connecting to future timelines to the Archon energy. That helps at all. So they kind of have to, when you connect to them, they kind of, I know it sounds strange, but they want you to dress, like wear what they want you to wear, like a coat, and you have to look a certain way. That sounds funny.
Oh man, shame on them. I guess that's it. Much love.
All right.
I guess the other question is, since I came in so late, what entity are you?
Raw.
The easy one.
The what? Yes, exactly.
Thank you. Much love.
Blessings. Is there anything else?
I think that's it for tonight. Thank you for being here.
So yes, hug your cats, your animals. They are just to keep the human spirit alive. So blessings to you all. Well, beings. All right. Everybody have any blessings before we go?
I can do one.
Oh, thank you.
Siaka oshkotayana. Kutaya sikataya sukutuko oshkadanayata. Sutukotaya minanakataya sukuto oshka. Motakaya sukutuko oshkataya ananayatako oskataya. Kotaya sakataya kutuko oshkadanayata tataya sukutuko ananam. Potakta takaya sukutuko okkadanay ki tuko oshkataya. Namaste.
All right. Thank you, everyone. All right. Much love, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll be back next week. Take care.
You too.